Let's do Disgust.
Yes. Disgust was one of the originals, right?
Yeah, but she didn't have a big role in the first movie. She took on a bigger role in the second movie, I felt.
Which makes sense for somebody
Oh,
going
right,
into puberty.
right, right.
When I watched it the first time, I related more disgust to, that's more of a subtype, an Enneagram subtype thing for me than one of the main Enneagram type emotions. Those variations, I think, give us some of our spectrum of behaviors. Some are more sensitive to feeling disgust and some aren't, but that's not necessarily related to your Enneagram type. It's kind of on a different dimension. First time I saw it, and I don't know that I've changed my position on that, but I'm open to other thoughts. But I definitely have an opinion on which Enneagram type was used to portray disgust, because she seemed to be a, dis- a distinct Enneagram type. Did anybody else get that?
I see Disgust as a social two.
So you saw that her being played as by a two. We can all feel disgust, right?
Right,
But the character was a two, right?
right,
Yeah. And there's the whole scene with her. I never miss a luck. Just very um,
right,
keen on understanding what other people are emoting and just
right,
really tuned into that.
right.
And so tuned in that they had to like take a picture, magnify it, go back and forth in slow motion, and there's like one little tick here, and she caught it. That was one of the signs of a two.
Yeah, I literally have seen twos. I mean, they do exactly that scene. They do that scene. They will pick out. They are picking out literally just the smallest movement, and then they have a sense that they feel like they know what that person's feeling and what's coming at them. They're very tuned in that way. I've seen that many times.
Would it be possible to give a little synopsis of that scene so I could refresh my memory? My other daughter, I have two daughters, and my other daughter, she's done the Enneagram, and she said she's a two and a one wing. But I don't remember that scene. What was that scene?
So this was the scene in the car, and they were going to hockey camp, and Riley was talking to her friends. She said, "Oh, I'm looking so much forward to next school year." And that's when she noticed that look, because they weren't going to go to the same school, and they knew, but they hadn't told her yet, and they were hiding it from her. And so the whole scene was Riley's disgust, figuring out they're hiding something from us. And then it went to her friends, and then and her disgust was, she knows that we're hiding something from them, and they were like going back and forth. And then the third friend finally just blurts it out because she can't take it.
Yes.
Do you
Now I
remember
remember
that?
that. Yes, yes. And that the two, I can definitely see that in my daughter, that recognition.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Now, none of that had anything to do with disgust, right?
right,
That's just all just emotional sensitivity. So
right.
they're actually just bringing out that two dynamic, but they're using disgust as the vehicle to do it, even though a lot of what she did in this movie had nothing to do with disgust. She gets a few little comedic punchlines now and then with the disgust bit, but for the most part, it seems to me she was playing a two. And she had a pretty big role, like you said, Roger, this
Yeah,
this movie
which makes, again, like you said, which makes sense
during
because
going
yeah,
through puberty.
right, right. And it also, for somebody that doesn't notice all those cues, I thought that was brilliant the way they did that little scene. There's this whole other thoughts and energies going on when on the surface it looks like it's just a simple conversation and
Right,
nothing's
right.
going on. Yeah.
Let's do envy